Yesterday just discussed about course contents, about course, just introduction about myself, next about course and course contents, all these things were discussed. Okay. Yes, today we'll start actual class. Today we'll start actual class. Okay. Yes. To learn C language, I'm not expecting anything from you. Nothing required. No expectations from you. I'm not expecting anything from you. Yes, even non-IT background guy also can understand. Okay. Even school kids also can understand. Like 10th standard or 8th standard school kids also can understand. Very simple. Yes, it's entry point in the software field. C is the entry point. C is the entry point in the software field. Anyone can understand. So I'm starting from very basics. Before going to C language, there are some basics. Okay, just starting from very basics here. Okay. Yes. So first of all, yes, computerware. Computerware. Yes. Very basics of computerware. See, computerware basically two categories. Basically two categories. Yes, here they say hardware and software. There is a hardware and software. Hardware and software. Okay. There is a hardware and software. Computerware basically two categories. Hardware and software. Okay. Computerware basically two categories. Yes, hardware and software. Okay. Yes. Yes. Hardware and software. Computerware basically two categories. Here, hardware and software. Okay. Yes. So starting from very basics. Okay. Yes. C is a beginner course. C language is a beginner course. Okay. So before C language, yes, there are some basics. After finishing that, we'll go to yes, actual C language. Okay. Yes. So first of all, hardware. What is hardware? So what is hardware? Let us start with hardware. So what is hardware? What is software here? Hardware. Yes, these are. Yes, these are. Yes, 1 second. Yes, this guy has to resign. Has to resign. Resign the session. Resign the session. Okay. Yes. Yes, I'm speaking here. I'm speaking here. Yes. If unable to, yes, unable to. If unable to, yes. Yes, if anyone unable to hear me, if anyone unable to hear me, yes, please rejoin into, yes, if unable to hear me, please rejoin the session. Rejoin. Just rejoin in the session. Just rejoin in the session. Okay, if anyone, yes, if anyone unable to hear me, if anyone, see, if anyone unable to hear me, please rejoin in the session. If anyone unable to hear me, please rejoin. I think this guy, Aish has to rejoin. Aish, yes, Srivastav has to resign. This guy has to resign. This guy has to resign. This guy has to resign. Yes, here I'm speaking here. I'm speaking here. If anyone unable to hear me, just resign. Please rejoin the session. Rejoin the session. Okay. Yes, if anyone unable to hear me, please rejoin the session. Yes, this guy has to resign. Okay. Yes, yeah, we'll discuss difference between COBOL and C language. I'll explain. The topic is there. What is COBOL? What is C language? Different languages I'll explain. We'll discuss very clearly all the different languages. Okay. Here, this one Ayush has to resign. This guy has to resign. Okay, fine. Yes. See here, competitor. Yes. So yesterday, just to yes, yesterday. So yesterday, just to yes, discussed about course contents. Next, about course, all that. Yes, the topics are finished. Yes, just only yes, yesterday about course discussed here. Now today starting actual classes. Today actual classes. Okay, today actual classes. So I'm starting from very basics. I'm starting from very basics. I'm starting from very basics. Okay. So computer ware basically two categories. Yes, C is a beginner course. I'm considering like a beginner. Yes, is a starting entry point in software field. C is a entry point in the software field. So I'm considering it like a beginner. So I'm starting from basics. So computer ware. So first hardware, next is software. Hardware and software. So what is hardware? What is software? One second, let me have some water. Yes, yes, hardware. So what is hardware here? Hardware, yeah, these are physical components of a computer. Physical hardware, these are physical components. Components of a computer. Physical components of a computer. Yes, like keyboard, like keyboard. Yes, monitor. Next RAM. Next hard disk, RAM, hard disk. Next motherboard. Yes, all the hardware components. Motherboards. Yes, all their hardware components. So physical components. These are physical components of a computer. Physical component like keyboards, monitor, RAM, hard disk, motherboards. Okay. See computer where. Yes, I'm starting from very beginning. Very beginning here. Okay, non-IT background guy also can understand these classes. Okay, I'm considering like a very beginner. C is a starting point in software fields. So consider like a beginner. So started from this very basics. Before C language, before going to C language, there are some software basics. Let us see all that basics here. Okay, computer ware basically two categories: hardware and software. So what is hardware? Hardware, these are physical components. So hardware, these are physical components of a computer. Hardware, these are physical components of a computer like keyboards, monitor, RAM, hard disk, motherboards. Okay. Yes, software. Next is about software. Okay, about software. So what is a software? Okay, 1 second, guys. Yes. See, you need to write any document. Yes, any notes. Yes, notes not necessary. Notes is not necessary here. Notes is not necessary. Yes, C language updated documents. This updated document here. The document is available. Yes, Srikant Kumar has to resign. Okay. Yes, one more guy still facing issue. Yes, Yeah, that's okay. They also okay. Fine. Yes. If I'm speaking here, if anyone unable to hear me, just rejoin the session. Yeah, everyone is online. Fine. Yes, initially go to training only issue. So once you go to meeting started, is fine. With go to meeting, fine. Only go to training issue. Yes, first 4 days go to training. After go to meeting. Once you go to meeting started, no issue. Go to meeting is very clear. Okay. Yes. Now it's a go to training. Go to training, just little bit sometimes voice breaks and something getting like this. But go to meeting is good. Okay. Yes. Next within 2 days we'll stay in the app. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. I hope everyone is able to hear me. Yes. So this is yes. 1 second. This is your document here. So this is your document. Yes. You need not write any running notes. Running notes is not necessary. Running notes is not necessary. Try to understand classes very clearly. You try to understand classes very clearly. Okay. Yes, in document everything is there. Okay, introduction to software. Next, introduction to OS. Yes, next. Yes. So what is front end? What is back end? Next line. Languages. Yes, here low level, high level languages. Okay. Yes. First generation, second generation, third generation, like COBOL, Pascal, Basic, and these things here. Next. Yes, C language. Introduction to C language. So before entering to C language, before going to C language here, before entering to C language, there are some basics. Before going to C language, there are some basics. First, we'll finish all the basics here. After finishing this, we'll go to C language. Okay, right? Yes, C language. To understand C language here, we should discuss about languages. Languages like low level languages, high level languages, next generation of language, first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. Yes, C language comes on fourth generation. The generations, the things we have discussed here. So these concepts we'll discuss. Okay, after that we'll go to C language. Okay. Yes. Right. So next here computerware. Yes, hardware and software. Hardware. So these are hardware we can touch. Hardware components we can touch. Okay, hardware we can touch. But this is not our part. We are not a hardware engineers, right? We are not a hardware, right? We are the software. Okay, yes, we are the software, right? We are not a hardware, correct? Yes, fine. So software, our part is software. So let us start with software. Let us start with software here. So we are the software engineers. So let us start with software. See what is software here. See in software here, everything is a program. Everything is a program. Here everything is a program. Everything is a program. Yes, software, everything is a program. In software, everything is a program. In software, everything is a program. Yes, it's a collection of programs. Collection. It's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs like C program. Yes, or C++, C++, Java. Okay. Yes, maybe Python. Python. Yes, Python. Yes, Python. Yes, next Hadoop. Like this, different programs here. C, C++, Java, Python, Hadoop, all these softwares. Okay, they are the programs. In software, everything is program. In software, everything is a program. Everything is a program. It's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs like C, C++, Java, Python, and Hadoop. Like this, various kind of things here, right? Yes, next. C. Yes, sir. Total number of days, 55 days to finish. 55 days to finish your course. 55 days to finish your course. Yes, including programs. 55 days to finish. Yes, sir. Yes, more than 200 programs going to discuss. More than 200 programs. More than 200 programs will be discussing. I'm explaining more than 200 programs. Okay. Yes. Yes, more than 200 programs. Yeah, okay. Let me finish. At the end, I'll tell you your doubts. Yes, Srikant. Sequence, yes. After, let me finish today topic here. At the end, I will tell you your doubts. Okay, at the end of the class, in last 5 minutes, I will tell you doubts. Okay, yes. So hardware, software, yes, yes. Software, everything is a program. Yes, it's a collection of programs like C, C++, Java, Python, Hadoop. Okay, yes, C language is the entry point for the software field. If you good at C language, then easy to understand software here. Okay, who are good in C language, they can perform better in the software field compared to others here who are in good in C language. With C background, you can perform better in software field. Okay, yes, C language background, with C language background, you can perform better in software field. Very easy to work with software field here with C language backgrounds. Okay, yes, the guys without C background, 100% they will struggle in software field. Without C language background, 100% they will struggle. So C is mandatory for everyone, for every software engineer, for every software engineer, C language is mandatory. Okay, yes. So software, yes, in software everything is a program. It's a collection of programs. Collection of programs like C, C++, Java, Python, Hadoop, like so many things here. Next, in software, basically two categories. Software basically two categories. Basically two categories. Basically two categories. Two categories. Software basically two categories. Software basically two categories. First one, system software. First one, system software. Second one, application software. Next one is application software. System software. Next, application software. System software. Next, application software. Software basically two categories. Software basically two categories. In software, two categories here. Yes, system software. Next, application software. Okay. So software, yes, system software, application software. C language comes under application software. C is application software. Yes, we'll discuss. What is system software? System software. System software. Yes, system software. This one interacts with hardware components. System software interacting with hardware components. Here, this one. Here, this one interacts. Yes, interacts with the hardware components. Interacts with the hardware components. Just interacting with hardware components. Okay, system software. This one interacts with hardware components. Hardware components. Okay, here this one interacts with hardware components. System software. System software. This one interacts with hardware components. Interacts with hardware components. Okay, interacts with hardware components. Yes, for this example here, yes, device drivers, device drivers and operating systems. Device drivers and operating systems. Device drivers and operating systems comes in this category here. Okay. See, system software. This one interacts with hardware components. System software. This one interact with hardware components. Yes, example, device drivers and operating systems. Okay. Yes, next, what is application software? What is application software? See, application software. Second one, application software. So what is application software? Application software. Yeah, this is for the purpose of application development. 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 Okay. Yes, application software. This is for the purpose of application development. For the purpose of application development. Application. Yeah, there are different kinds of apps. Yes, apps like Facebook, it's application, right? Okay, Facebook, it's an application. Next, yes, Twitter, it's application. Suppose Flipkart, is online shopping, it's application. Right? Flipkart, it's application. It's application. Right? Flipkart is an application. Next, WhatsApp. Yes, WhatsApp, it's an application. WhatsApp is an application. Facebook is an application. Twitter application. Flipkart application. WhatsApp application here. Yes, next, company websites. Websites also applications, right? All this like this various kind of applications. Banking applications. Next, stock exchange applications. There are various kinds of applications. Yes, various kinds of applications, right? different applications here. Yes. How to develop this kind of applications here? For this, we need some softwares. To develop this kind of applications, we need some softwares. That software is a application software. Yes, application software for the purpose of application development. Okay, to develop this kind of applications here, we need some softwares. We need some softwares. That softwares, we need some softwares. Yeah, that softwares. Yes, that softwares are called as application software. That softwares are called as application softwares. Application softwares. Okay, right? Yes, examples. Application software examples here. Examples. C is a application software. C language comes under application software. Next, C++ application software. Java application software. Okay, next HTML is application software. Next, Hadoop is application software. So databases also application softwares. Next, Python also application softwares. Like this, very big list, right? Very big list. Simple. Yes, very simple. Yes, is very simple for the application softwares. C, C++, Java, HTML, Hadoop, databases, Python. Like this is a big list. Okay, then so how to identify which is application software? Okay, simple is very simple here. Yes, except operating system. Yes, except operating systems. Yes, except operating systems. Except operating systems. Except operating systems. All are application softwares. 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 Okay. Yes, everything is application. Say this. Except OS. Everything is application. Except OS. Operating systems. Operating systems like yes, Windows is a operating system. Windows, Linux, Unix. These all are operating systems. Okay. Windows, Linux, Unix, Solaris, Mac OS. Like this, all are operating systems. Except operating systems. Except that operating systems here. Except that all are application softwares. Okay, see in software we are using different softwares like some languages, tools. Some language using tools are using packages using, right? Languages, tools, some packages. Languages like C language, C++ language, language like C, C++, Java, HTML, Python. Okay, next. Yes, Scala like these various languages. Next, there are some tools. There are some tools like testing tools, like SQTP tools, a Selenium tool. Next, reporting tools like ClickView, Tableau. Next, warehousing tools. Yes, OBA like this, Informatica like this. So many tools are there in market. Tools, languages, packages like MS Office a package, ERPs are packages. Yes, all these are comes under application software only. All these are applications of except with. Just remember this point here. Except ways. Except operating systems, all are application softwares. Except ways. Except ways, all are application softwares. That's it. Okay. Yes. Now, system software, device drivers and operating systems. Device drivers, these are to run the devices. Just running devices. To run the devices, device drivers required here. Okay, running some printer. Okay, some fax machine, printer, connected to our computer, some driver required, printer driver, fax machine driver, TV. For all these drivers required. Drivers are run the devices. Okay, that is not our part, not required for us. Ways parts. Yes, before going to C language, let us see something about ways. What is ways here? So what is ways? About operating systems. Yes, operating systems here. Operating system. So what is ways? Okay, here some question for you guys. Some question. Some question. Some question is yes. Can we run? Can we run any program? Any program? Yes, without ways. Without ways. Can we run any program without ways? This is a question here. So what's your answer? Just I'm asking your idea. Of course, I'm here to explain everything here. I'll explain very clearly. Can we run any program? Can we run any program without ways? Answer is yes or no. Answer is yes or no. Come on, guys. Can we run any program without voice? Without voice, can we run? Just you can ping in chat box. No issue. Just you can ping in chat box. The chat box is there. You can ping it. Just you can ping in chat box. Yes. Here answer is no. Answer is no. Compulsory voice required. If no voice, no computer, right? See. So this is operating system, right? Windows voice. It's a Windows voice. This voice is responsible for everything. If no voice, no computer. No voice, no compulsory voice required. Okay. Yes, voice is to responsible for everything here. So voice is responsible. So what is exactly voice? So what is exactly voice? Let us see. So what is exactly voice? What is exactly voice? Yes, exactly what is voice? Let us see that. Yes, exactly what is voice. Suppose your laptop. Suppose you purchased your laptop here. Your laptop, right? Laptop means your hardware. Laptop or desktop. This is a hardware, right? This is a hardware. Hardware, right? After purchasing laptop, what is next step? OS. OS has to install. So we should install OS here. Operating systems. Yes, operating system we should install here. So first hardware, on top of hardware, OS. OS has to install. So once OS installed, once operating system installed here, your system is ready. Yes, your computer is ready, right? See this OS is ready. Now OS started ready, right? Now OS is ready. Yes, now this is responsible to take any request. Therefore, refresh. Suppose here someone launching some Eclipse. OS, yes, if I click on this here, OS is the responsible to launch this Eclipse. Suppose WhatsApp, launching WhatsApp. OS is the responsible to launch the WhatsApp. When I click on this, suppose SQL developer, look at the database. If I click on this, OS is the responsible. So Turbo C, if I click on this, OS is the responsible to run the thread. So here opening Turbo C here, opening some WinSCP, yes, opening Google Chrome. So voice is the responsible. So voice will respond. So for every request, voice has to respond. So voice is the responsible, right? Voice is the responsible. So once voice setup is done, your system is ready. So once setup is done here, your system is ready. Yes, next, of one system is ready. Now you have to start working on system here. You have to start work with system, right? Suppose learning C language. Now you learning C language. That C software you have to install. Yes, how to install C software we'll discuss next. Okay, next class we'll discuss. Okay. Suppose learning Java. For Java purpose, yes, you have to install Java. So learning C++, the C++ software you have to install. So learning Hadoop, that Hadoop software you have to install. Learning Hadoop, Hadoop software you have to install. Suppose using some database, that database you have to install here. Suppose learning Python, that Python software you have to install. Python. Okay, like this, these all are application softwares. These are all our applications C, C++, Java, Hadoop, database, Python. All these are application softwares. All these are application. Yes, application softwares. All these are application softwares. Yes, all the application softwares. Okay. Now these application softwares running on top of OS. Yes, all these are application softwares. These are application softwares. These are running on top of OS. All the application softwares running on top of OS. Running on top of OS. Okay. So this OS is responsible to run all the programs. So without this OS, these programs cannot work here. These programs cannot work. So on top of OS, all are running. So OS is giving platform. So OS giving platform to run all the programs. So it's working like a platform, right? So OS is working like a platform, just working like a platform. So operating system, this is working like a platform. So on top of it, on top of OS, all are running. On top of OS, on top of OS, everything is running. On top of it, all are running here. On top of it, all programs are running here. So acting like a platform. So what is OS here? Question is here. So what is operating system? Yes, what is operating system? Yes, 1 second. Yes. So what is operating system? So what is operating system? What is operating system? Question is, what is operating system? So what is operating system? Yes, first point. Yes, it is a platform. It's a It's a platform. It's a platform. Okay. So what is OS means? Just it's a platform. It's a platform. So what is OS means? Just it's a platform. So OS is a platform. It's a platform. Yes, where we can run all application softwares. Where we can run all application softwares. All application softwares. All application softwares. Okay, right? Yes, all application softwares like a platform. Simply, what is OS means? What is OS? Simple answer. What is OS? Simple answer. Simple. What is OS means? Simple answer. It's a platform. OS is a platform. OS is a platform. On top of it, everything is running here. OS is like a platform. On top of it, all application software is running. So it's a platform where we can run all the application softwares. Where we can run yes all the application softwares. Yeah. Correct? Yes, not only platform here, not only platform. Suppose C program generating some output. C program output first of all goes to OS. OS to then output device. C program output first of all transfer to OS and then transfer to output device. Suppose C program reading data from the keyboard data. So first of all keyboard data goes to OS to C program, right? Yes, similarly C++, Java and Hadoop. So application software. Between application software and hardware, there is a OS. So between application software and hardware, there is a OS. So if these application softwares cannot communicate with hardware directly. C program directly with hardware, no. Java program directly with hardware, no. So all the programs communicates with hardware through the OS. So OS is like a mediator. OS is like a mediator between application software and hardware components. So mediator means exactly what is interface. It's an interface. So OS, yes, it's an interface. It's an interface. It's an interface. It's an interface between. It's an interface between application softwares. Yes, application. Yes, application softwares. Yes, application software and hardware components and hardware components. Application software and hardware components. That's it. So this is about OS. Enough. These points enough here. Okay. So what is OS means? It's a platform. What is OS? Simply it's a platform. It's a platform. It's a platform. On top of it, all are running here. Without OS, we can't do anything here. Without OS, we can't do anything. Yes, OS required compulsory. OS required compulsory. Okay, OS required compulsory. Without OS, we can't do anything here. So OS, it's like a platform. It's a platform where we can run all the application softwares, running all the application softwares. Next, not only platform, acting as interface. Acting as interface. Acting as interface between application software, acting as interface between application software and hardware components. That's all about OS. It's enough. Okay, so that's it about OS here. Okay, fine. Now let us go to document here. So this is your document here. See, try to understand classes. Yes, here no need of writing any running notes. Running notes is not necessary. Just to try to understand classes here. Okay, so introduction to software. Yes, software is a collection of programs like C, C++, Java, SQL, other programs like this. Software basically two categories. Software basically two categories here. Yes, system software and application. Just now we discussed, right? System software and application software. System software, it interacts with the hardware components. Okay, example, device drivers and operating systems. Device drivers and operating systems. Okay, application software. This is for the purpose of application development. For the purpose of application development. Example, C, C++, Java, .NET, ERP and others, right? See, except OS. See here at the bottom. Yes, here very clearly mentioned here. Except OS, except operating systems, everything is application software. Except OS, everything is application software. Okay, 1 second. So except OS, See, except OS, everything is application software. Okay, fine. See, device drivers. Yeah, these are to run the devices here. Just running devices like printer, TV, fax machine, scanning machine, something like this. Okay. Next OS. So OS, say this hardware. On top of hardware, this OS. On top of OS, application software. Okay. Yes, OS. It's a platform. Yes, it's a platform where we can run all the applications of just like a platform. OS is like a platform. It's a platform. It's a platform where we can run all the application software. Okay. Next, it's an interface. It's an interface between application software and hardware components. That's it here. Okay. So interface between application software and hardware components. That's same points explained here. See, in document, everything clearly explained here. Very clearly prepared. Just to follow the class, not required write any running notes. Running notes is not necessary. Wasting of time. Don't deviate your time in writing notes. Okay. See, so whatever the topics I'm explaining here, yes, in this notepad I'm explaining it. In notepad, sometimes I'm using word also here. So whatever topics I'm explaining here, all these things prepared in the documents. Yes, everything prepared in the class documents. Here, this around 300-page documents. It's around 300-page documents. In this document, everything is there. Just to follow that. Okay. Yes. Okay. See here. 1 second. So computer where basically two categories: hardware and software. Hardware, software. So ours is a software. We are software engineers. Yes, in software, basically system software and application software. Okay. Yes, what is system software discussed? What is application software discussed? C language comes under application software. C is a application software. C is a application software. Example, C language. C is a application software. Now let us move to application software. Okay, let us move to application software. Here it's a application software. So application software. See, in application software again two categories. There are two categories. Okay. Yes. Now, device, yes, OS is to communicate with hardware. That's okay. As a part of OS, device drivers. OS using device drivers to communicate with hardware components. Your doubts? Yes, OS using device drivers to communicate with hardware components. Device drivers are part of OS. Okay, OS cannot. Yes, as a part of OS, one component is device drivers. One layer is device drivers. OS using device drivers to communicate with hardware components. Is it clear? OS using device drivers to communicate with hardware components. Okay, fine. Now application software. Yes, application software. Yes, in this they say front end and back end here. In application software, they say front end, back end. Okay. C language comes on the front end. Front end. So what is front end? What is back end here? See, front end. See, this is front end. See, this is front end. See, this is a form, right? Registration form. Just fill this form and submitting, right? Yes, you guys, 1 second. For go to training, every day you have to fill this form here. Only these 3 days, go to training, go to training. This is once you go to meeting started, need not to fill it. Just next 3 days only you have to fill these details here. So next 3 days only. After that, not necessary. So every day not necessary. Only next 3 days. After 3 days, we'll be using GoTo meeting. Once using GoTo meeting, these details are not required. No worry. Only 3 days. Next 3 days, you have to fill submit. Okay. Yes. So this is a form. So this is form, right? This form registration form, right? Just filling all details, right? Here, this is called as front end. This form is a front end. So front end taking data from you, right? Yes, front end taking data from us. See, we are the users, right? Yes, go to training. This app we are using, right? We are using this app. So we are the users. We are the users of this app, right? So we are the end users. End user of this app, right? Okay. So this is called the front end here. So front end collecting data from end users means collecting data from us. Now this is called a front end here. Front end interact with end users. Front end. This is front end. So this registration form is a front end. So front end interacting with end users. and it collects data from end users. Okay, front end interact with the end users here. Front end interacting with users and collecting data from end user. After collecting, storing some location. Storing some location. That location is called as backend. Backend is to store and maintain data. So this data, seek your first name, yes, last name, email address, phone number, or yes, you filling all this information, submitting it. Once submitted, this data goes to somewhere and storing at some location. Okay, storing at some location, right? So once your data stored here, now Durgasoft can take your data. They will take some your data here. After taking data here, yeah, they will analyze this. They will follow up, right? Who are attending classes, who are giants, yes, they will follow up. That's it here. So this data storing somewhere, that is called backend here. So front end interact with end user. Backend is to store the data. Backend is to store the data. See this here. Application software, there's a front end and back end. See front end. These are to interact with the end users. These are to interact with the end users. It collects data. It collects data from end users and stores in the back end. Collecting data. See, this form collecting data from it, collecting and storing to some location. That location is backend here. So backend. So backend. So backends. These are to store and maintain data. Storing and maintaining data. Okay. Yes. Backend example databases. Databases and files. Your data may be storing some databases and files. So they are the backends. Backends. So front end. Yes. In front end languages, packages. Language and package comes in this character. In front end languages and packages. Okay. Yes. C is a front end. So let us move to front end. Now front end. Yes, in front end language and packages. So what is package? Package is ready-made and ready to use. Package is ready-made and ready to use. See MS Office a package here. See home. There are different options here. Selecting. Yes, selecting that font name, font size, and next these colors and different kind of things. They're all predefined things, right? Ready-made and ready to use. Ready-made is a package. MS Office is a package. MS Office is a package ready-made and ready to use. So this is ready to use. MS Office is ready to use. MS Office is ready to use. So this is called as package. So in packages, no coding, no programming, no programming, no programming here. So ready to use directly can use. Ready to use. Okay, MS Office is a package. Next ERP package like a tally accounting package, right? Tally accounting package, no programming. Tally forms. There's a credit form, debit form. Open that form, fill the details. That's it here. Fill the details. Okay, tally. Okay, accounting package is a package. Okay, right? So, yes, they are packages. So in packages, no programming. Packages, no programming. Yes, when come to language here, yes, it's a programming. It's a coding. It's a coding part. Language is a coding part. Yes, here language programmer has tried the code here. Okay. Yes, here language compared to package, language little bit complicated. Yes, compared to package here, language little bit tough. Little bit tough. Okay, right? Little bit tough. Okay, nothing is there. So language, C is a language, right? C is a language. So let us move to language. Let us move to language. See how I'm introducing the C language. Just observe it. The way of introducing it is C language. Introducing it is C language. See, computer basically hardware and software, right? So we are the software engineers. So start with software. Start with software. In software, system software, application software. C language comes under application software. C is the application software. So that is the reason move to application software. Just move to application software. Yes, in application software, this is a front end and back end. So C language comes under front end. C language comes under front end. So that's the reason moving to yes, front end software. Yes, in front end software, language and package. C comes under languages. C comes under languages. So that's the reason now moving to languages. That's it. Now let us start languages. Okay. Yes, let us start languages. Languages. Yes. Now languages. Yes, about language. Yes. Question is, what is a language? What's language? See, we are speaking many languages. like English, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Marathi, Gujarati. Okay, like this, different languages, right? Why? Just expressing our ideas for the purpose of communication, right? For the purpose of communication. So what is language? Just it's media of communication. Yes, it is a, yes, it's a, yes, media of communication. It's a 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 media of communication between between two living things. Right? Yes, language, it's a media of communication. Language, it's a media of communication. It's a media of communication. Media of communication between two living things. Yes, that living things, two persons or two animals or two trees. Yes, animals have their own language. Trees have their own language. Yes, like human being have their own language. Just it's a media of communication. Media of communication, right? Yes, now come to software. Yes, software languages. Yes, about software languages. Yes, in software languages. Yes, in software here, software languages. In software here, see, in software, see, we are understanding some language, next computer understanding some other language. What is computer understandable language? Zeros, ones formats, binary codes. It's a binary code. This is called a binary codes. So this is a computer understandable language, binary code, right? Yes, how this binary code is generating, we'll discuss next. There's a bits and bytes concept is there. Bits and bytes concepts. The topic we'll see next. This is not right time. Yes, once enter into C language, we'll discuss. Yes, how that binary code is generating. In C language, I'll explain very clearly. In C language, I'll explain very clearly. Okay, this is binary code. Here, this is computer understandable language. Just it's a binary code. Binary code is a computer understandable language. Binary code is a, yes, binary code. It's a computer understandable language. Just it's a computer understandable language. Yes, computer understandable language. Just it's a computer understandable language. Okay, it's a computer understandable language. Okay, so binary code, just it's a computer understandable language. Right? Okay, that's okay, fine. Next, we are understanding some other language. We are understanding some different language. What is our language? Suppose we are writing some C program or some Java or some Python. So these all are, yes, looks like English language. Suppose let us take Java program. Suppose this is some Java program. Java program. Yes, edit. So Java program. See, Java program is like English language, looking like English language, right? Looking like English language. Suppose C program. For example, C program. C program. Yes, turbo C, bin, C program. For example, here, C program. This is some C program, right? It's a C program. Yeah, this is looking like a English language. This was like English language. C program like English language. Okay, right? So let us take Python. So Python example, okay, Python. Python, yes. Python, yes, Python. So Python, some test. Program file. Python, see this. This is like English language, right? Okay, this is our language. We are understanding English language, right? Okay, it's a user understandable language. So computer understandable language, user understandable language. There are two things in this. Okay, languages, software field languages, computer understandable and next user understandable. This computer understandable languages called as low level languages. They are low level languages. Second one, yes, high level languages. High level languages. Yes, high level languages. Low level and high level. Yes, in software basically together. Software languages are basically two categories. Software languages basically two categories. First one low level languages, next one high level language. So what is low level language? Low level language, yes, it is a system understandable language. Means system is your computer. It's a computer understand system means exactly here it's a processor actually here. In system, there is a processor. There is a processor. Okay, it's a system understandable language. It is system understandable. Yes, system understandable language. System understandable language. It's a system understandable language. It's a system understandable language. Okay, low level language. It is a system understandable language. It's a system understandable language. Okay. Yes. Yes. It is in the form of binary code. 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 Binary code. Yes, like a zeros ones format. Binary code. Yes, it is in the form of binary code. It is in the form of binary codes. Okay. Yes, it is called as machine language. Here, this is called as machine language. It's a machine language. It's a machine language. It's called as machine language. Okay. Yes, it's a processor understandable language. Machine means it's a processor. It's a system understandable language. Yes, low level languages. It is a system understandable language. It's system understandable language. It is in the form of binary code, like a zeros ones format. Zeros ones format. Okay, how this binary code generating? We'll see next. Wait, we'll see. Yes, it is called as machine language. It is called as machine language. Machine language. Right. Okay. Next, high level language. Yeah, these are user understandable. Yeah, these are user understandable. They are user understandable. Yes, they are user understandable. They are user understandable languages. Understandable languages. So these are user understandable languages. Okay. So these are user understandable, like C language, C++, Java, Python. Yes, all these are user understandable. So these are like English language. Yeah, these are like English language. They are like English language. Like English language. They are like English language. Like English language. So these are like English language. So these are like English language. Yes, very easy to understand. Okay. See, binary code is not easy to understand. Binary code is very difficult to understand. Okay. Yes, to overcome that only C language was developed. See, first high level language is C language. C is a first high level language. Before that, we have the binary code. Before C language, binary code is there. Okay, binary code is very complex to understand. Very complex to learn. Very complex at the code. Very tough. Very tough. Okay. So to overcome that here, C language was developed. Main purpose of C language to make it easy here. Yes, why C programming is developed here? To make it computer program here is here. So computer programming using binary code is not easy here. Computer programming using binary code is not easy. To make it computer program very easy here, C program was developed here. C language was developed. That is three will discuss. Wait. That is three will discuss. Wait. Yes. Yes, these are user understandable languages. Okay, these are like English language. Yes, very easy to understand. These are very easy to understand and write the code here and write the codes. Just writing codes very simple here. Very simple. Okay. Yes, very easy to understand and write the codes. So this is about low level and high level language. Low level and high level languages. Okay. Yes, next step. In this low level, high level language, see we have one more category like generation of language. This is generation of language. Generation. Yes, generation of languages. Generation of language. Yes, generation of language. GL. Calling it GL. Generation of language. Okay. Generation. See, like a processor generation. Like i3, i5, i7, like that. Yes, hardware generation. Hardware, yes, like OS generation, like yes, like 10th generation, 8th generation, 9th generation, like that. Like some generations. In languages are some generations. Yes, how many generation of languages? Yes, there are four generations. There are four generations. Okay, four generations. First one Yes. First GL. First generated language. Yes. It's a machine language. First generated this machine language. This language. First generated machine language. Okay. So machine language is a binary code. It's a binary code. The binary codes. This is binary codes. This is binary codes. Binary code like a zeros ones format. It's a binary code like a zeros ones format. Binary code. First L. It's a machine language. First L machine language. Machine language. Machine language. System understandable language. Okay. It's in the form binary codes. Next second generation. Second GL. Second generated language. Second GL. Yes. It's a assembly language. Yes. Assembly. Yes. Assembly language. It's assembly language. Assembly language. Okay. See here, these two languages are low level languages. These two are low level language. So these two comes on low level here. So first generation and second generation. First and second generation. These two are low level languages. Okay. So you don't bother about these two languages. Yes, computer using this. Internally computer using. We are not going to work on this language here. We are not going to work here. So just a computer. Computer internally using these two languages here. So not required for us. So this is going to work on this here. Computer using this here, right? Okay, fine. Yes. So second generation, next third generation. Third CL. Yes, third generation. Yes, when come to third generation here, in third generation, yes, procedure oriented language, procedure oriented languages, procedure oriented language, like COBOL. Yes, COBOL. Yes, COBOL. It's a using for mainframe applications. COBOL using for mainframe applications. Still COBOL in use here. Yes, in our office, COBOL team is there. Mainframe application, very old applications. Yes, all 20 years ago, those were developed in 90s. Mainframe applications were developed in 90s. COBOL is a language using for the mainframe applications. COBOL is a language using for the mainframe applications. See, almost all mainframe applications were migrated to Java and Hadoop. Yes, mainframe applications were migrated. Still, some companies using mainframe applications here. To maintain that mainframe application, we need COBOL, very old language. It's a procedure oriented language. What is procedure? I'll explain. What is procedure? We'll discuss. COBOL, yes, using with the mainframe applications. COBOL. Next Pascal. Yes, Pascal. Next basic. They are very old language. Basic. Next Fortran. So basic Fortran. They're very old language. Yes, next Python. Yes, Python also very old language. Python. Next PL SQL. So these things comes under procedure oriented language. Procedure oriented. Okay, right? Yes, next. Next one is fourth generation. Fourth generation. Yes, in fourth generation here. Yes. Fourth generation. In this fourth generation, there are different languages like functional oriented language. Yes, functional oriented languages. Functional oriented languages. Yes, second one. Functional oriented languages. C language comes under functional oriented language. Even Python also comes on this category here. Functional oriented. Next is object oriented programming language. Yes, OOPS language. Object oriented programming languages. Okay, object oriented programming language. OOPS languages. Okay. Yes, next third one. Yes, object based. Yes, object based languages. Object based language here. Next, yes, purely object oriented programming language here. Purely object oriented. Okay. Yes. See here, functional oriented language, C and Python. Okay. Object oriented. In object oriented, yes, C++ comes in this category. C++. Next, Java. Java. Yes, .NET C#. Next Python. Yes, Python, Python, Python. Next Scala, right? Yeah, these all are comes on object oriented. Okay, yes, we'll discuss one by. I'll explain. Object based JavaScript, JavaScript, purely object oriented. Yes, Python and Scala comes in Scala. Python and Scala. Okay. Yes, procedure oriented languages, procedure oriented, functional oriented, somewhat similar. So what is procedure oriented? Procedure. So what is procedure? Next, what is function? Procedure and function. So what is procedure? What is function here? What is function? What is procedure? Okay. Say procedure is like suppose some x is a procedure. Open brackets, open brace and close brace between some statement. This is some procedure. Procedure looks like this. First statement, yes. Next statement, okay. Yes, next statement. The procedure looks like this. Next statement. So next statement, okay. Yes, next statement like this. So this is some procedure. This is some statements. It's a set of statements. Procedure is a set of statements. Procedure is a set of statement to perform some task. Yes, function also same. Function procedures always similar. Yes, functions are just advanced development to procedures. Yes, in functions extra here return some value. Yes, return some value. That value may be 10, returning 10 or 10.5, maybe integer number, some real number, something like this. Return some value. Okay. Yes, function with written value. Procedure, no written value. This is procedure. Next, this is function. Procedure and function both are set of statements. Both are set of statements to perform some task. Both are set of statements to perform some task. Okay, the difference is here. The difference is procedure, no written value. Function with written value. That's it here. So procedure, yes, function returns a value. Yeah, procedure is like a subroutine. Yes, right. That word is subroutines. In Fortran, generally calling it subroutines. Yes, subroutines, subprogramming, subroutine or subprogram also you can say. It's a subprogram. Functional the same, subroutine. Functionals we can get subroutine or subprogram. Subroutine or subprogram. Anyone same. Okay. So procedure and function both are set of statements to perform some task. Okay. Yes. The difference is procedure no written value. Yes, function written value here, right? Yes. See, there is a main program, subprogram. Yes. See, in programming here, there is a main program, subprogram, right? Main program, subprogram. Subprograms are procedures. Procedures, functions, subprograms. Procedure and functions are subprograms. Procedures and functions are subprograms. There is a main program apart from subprograms. So procedures and functions are subprograms. Okay, fine. Yes, here this is in third generation. Yes, every task by the procedure in COBOL, every task by the procedure. Okay, in PL SQL programming, every task by the procedure. That's the reason called as procedure oriented programming language. Okay, yes, a functional oriented language. C is a functional oriented language. In C language, everything is function. In C language, everything is function. Every task by the function. In C language, every task by the function. Okay. Yes. In C language, everything is function. In C language, everything is function. Okay. Yes. In C language, everything is function. Without function, no C programming. Without function, no C programming. Okay. Yes. To compile C program, at least one function required. To compile C program, at least one function required. C program contains all the functions. See, for example, C program. Let me show one C program. Yes, because our topic is C language, so I should show that. Suppose C, bin. Suppose some C program. See this. C See here, this is some functions here. See, menu function displaying some menu. That menu, one for something, two for menu. Append task, adding records. Append is a function. This is a wide append is a function. Adding records, function. Yes, wide display, displaying. Yes, is a project. Yes, we are going to discuss this big project here. Okay, it's a project for you. Okay, display task. Next, search task, searching for records, searching for employee records. It's employee information. Project is an employee information. Searching for records, searching for search task. Okay, next, modify task, modify task. Okay, next, delete task. Like this, there are different functions, right? Okay, functions. Okay, they're called functions here. Why to modify a function? Starting and ending somewhere. Yes. So delete function starting and ending somewhere, right? So it's there all our functions. See that everything is function. Delete function. Yes, next modify function. Yes, next search function. Yes, next display function. Next here this append adding records function here. Menu function. Next main function. These are main function. It's a main, that's a main program, and all are subprograms. Main, this is main program. This is main program. Yes, there are subprograms like menu. For menu is a subprogram, append is subprogram like this. They are functions. All are called functions. See in C language by the function. See this, everything is function here. In C language, everything is function. In C language, everything is function. Okay, in C language, everything is function. In C language, everything is function. Okay, every task by the function here. In C language, every task handling by the function. So what is C language? Means C is a functional oriented language. See, it's an interview question. What is C language? See, simple question. Simple question. What is C language? Means immediately one answer is a functional oriented language. So what is C++? Object oriented programming language. What is Java? Means same answer here. Object oriented programming language, those things here. Okay, so what is C language? C is a functional oriented language. Okay, right? Yes. See, Python, when come to Python, we can write the procedures, we can write the functions. Yes, we can maintain objects here. Okay, next, purely object oriented here. Python is everything. Python is everything. So many things are there in Python. Okay, yes. C is a functional oriented language. C is a functional oriented. Next, object oriented program. OOPS concept. OOPS concept is to achieve data security. Yes, I think may not be required for us. Yes, as a beginner may not be understanding. Once C language is completed, you can understand that. Once C language completed, you can understand OOPS concept. Just little bit idea. Yes, OOPS. This is to achieve data security. For data security purpose, to achieve data security, OOPS programming. This OOPS was the object-oriented programming to achieve data security. Yes, OOPS language, C language, C++, Java, .NET, C++, Java, .NET, and Python, Scala. They are OOPS language. Okay. Next, object-based. So these both are similar, almost similar, except some features, inheritance. Object-based language don't have inheritance concept, except that. Not take off, leave it. Purely object oriented means everything is objects. Everything is object here. Everything is object. Yeah, these are not necessary for us. Maybe difficult to understand. Yeah, this is enough here. What is C language? Yes, now one point is clear here. What is C language? What is C language? It's a functional oriented language. Okay. Now see, third and fourth generation, fourth generation comes under high level language. These are high level language. High level. Third and fourth. So third and fourth. So C comes under what? High level language. Third and fourth, right? Third and fourth. Okay. Yes. Let us see the document here. See languages. Low level language, high level languages. Low level. Yes, they are system understandable language. Machine language, assembly language. First and second generation. Yes, high level language. Third and fourth generation. These are user understandable language. Looks like English language. Easy to understand, right? Fourth and third and fourth comes on high level here. Okay, first and second comes on low level language. Okay, next generation of language. See this generation. Low level language, first and second generation. High level language, third and fourth generation. Correct? First and second generation. First generation machine language. Second generation assembly language. Third generation procedure oriented. Fourth generation functional oriented. Okay, like object oriented, object based like this. Okay, see here, procedure and function. Procedure and function both are set of statements. Both are set of statements to perform some task. To perform some task. Yes, procedure and function both are set of statements to perform some task. The difference is that function returns a value. Function returns a value. Procedure does not return a value here. Difference. Okay. Next, the compilers interprets. This topic we'll discuss next. Wait. So this is just introduction. Okay. Yes. What is C language? So first point, it's a high level language, right? C comes under high level language. C is a high level language. Next, fourth generated. In fourth generation, next one functional oriented. So what is C language? What is C language means? First answer, functional oriented. What is C language means? Functional oriented language. First answer, it's a functional oriented. Next, it comes in the fourth generation, and next comes in the high level language. Simple answers here. Functional oriented language. What is C language means? Simply, it's a functional oriented language here. Okay. So next, yes, now starting C language. Yes, next you have to start C language. Okay. See that we have introduced C language. How we introduced here? Yes, who don't have the software background also can understand. Okay, this introduction, anyone can understand here. See how that introduction, see that introduction here. Yes, computer where hardware, software, right? Hardware, software. So our software. So started with software. In software, two categories. Basically, two categories. There is a system software and application software. C language comes under application software. So just little bit explain about system software. Just some idea given on the system software. Later move to application software. Okay, now application software. In application software, there is a front end, back end, right? The C language comes under front end. So about back end, some little bit some idea given. Just it's not required, just idea purpose enough, just idea. So what is back end? Just idea given. Then move to front end. Yes, in front end, language and packages. C comes under languages. So about package, some little bit idea given, just idea given here. Next language, move to language, not language. Yes, very clearly discussing about languages. C is a language. Okay, in this low level, high level languages. Low level, high level language. Okay, low level also just idea given, not required for us, just idea given. Yes, ours is high level language, high level. Yes, low level, high level, generation of language. Okay, these are some fundamentals. See, the guys who are having 10 years of experience also you don't know about these fundamentals. Suppose any your friend or your seniors who is having 10 years of experience. Yes, maybe your brother, okay, maybe your friend is somebody. Just you ask them how many generation of languages. You ask them, no answer. I'm sure no answer. Okay, next. What is low level language? What is high level language? You ask that, no answer from them. They will not answer. They're unknown facts. Okay, they're unknown facts here. Okay, even with guys who are having Java 10 years of experience. So different area 10 years of experience, even they don't know about these fundamentals. Okay, yes, you must have every knowledge. Just you ask them what is OS. OS means OS, that's it. So they can't answer. They don't tell any definition. OS means OS. OS means simply they will tell that OS is to operate our computer. Simply their answer is just operating computer. OS is to run the programs. Generally, they will say that OS required to run any program compulsory. They will say that like this. Okay. Yes, OS is like a platform, its interface and all this. No, they don't know. Simply just OS means OS, that's it. Okay. They are unknown facts. Yeah, these things you must have this knowledge here. There's some unknown facts. Okay, right? Yes. Fine. So this is about introduction. So next, interpreter and compiler will discuss next page. To convert from high level language to low level language. Your program, maybe C program, or C++, Java, something else. All the programs have to convert. All the programs have to convert into yes, high level language to low level language. Java program converted into low level language. C program converted into binary codes. Every language, C++, Java, Python, C language. These are high level, right? Like English language. That English language programs have to convert into binary code. System understandable. For that, interpreter and compiler is here. Either interpreter, C, either interpreter or compiler. C, compilers and interpreters. Compilers and interpreters are used to convert from high level language into low level languages. System understandable. So what is interpreter and compiler? We'll see next. So this is not right time. After finishing, yes, some examples in C programming, I'll explain about this topic. After finishing some programs, yes, compiler, you should know about compiler. Yes, how to compile C program compilation. Once one program compiled, you can understand here. Yes, once any program compiled, you can understand very clearly here. That time we'll discuss. Just wait. Okay. Yes. Now here, yes, introduction to C language. So what is C language? See this. C language is a functional orientation since every task by the function here. So what is history of C language? What is C language? C language history. Next, different types of compilers in C language like Turbo C, ANSI C compiler, where Turbo is using, where ANSI is using here. So these concepts we'll be discussing tomorrow. Okay, right? Yes. Yes. Any doubts, guys? Yes, guys. Are you understanding class very clearly? Yes, my way of explanation. Are you understanding very clearly? Yes, yeah. I'll share this. I'll take your Gmail ID. Okay. Yes, I'll take your Gmail ID from the online team. I'll share it. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Please don't leave it. Yes, just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah, this is my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number. Yes, 8179189123. Here you can communicate whatever you want here. Okay, please submit your details, your name, next what's course you are attending here, what's a course you are attending here, next what's time you are attending here, next your Gmail ID required to share all. Yeah, this is yes for your batch already group created. Yes, yes, 8:30 am. Yes, this is your group created already. Yes, today some communication. Someone is asking for link. Just I have given link for today class. So group information. Yeah, already 7 participants submitted their information. Okay, 7 students submitted their information. Okay, next others how to submit. Yes, Aish and Hakim, Sai. Yes, Srikant Kumar. Yes, you guys. So this is my WhatsApp number. Please submit your details. Okay. Yes, yeah. I'll add to that group. This is my WhatsApp. Please share your details. Yes, I will add to group definitely here. So this is my WhatsApp number. Please yes, share this information to my WhatsApp number. I will add to group. Okay. So this is my WhatsApp. Please note it here. So I will add to group. Please note this one here. Note it. So this is my WhatsApp number. Please take it. Yes, everything will be communicating here. Maybe daily notes, daily class notes. Okay, yeah, this document I'll share with you. This is for you only here. This document for you only here. Final page document. This is. Yeah, this is yours only here. This is today's class. Everything is there in document here. In today's class, yes, it's there in document. This document I'll share you. Okay, so WhatsApp now take it, submit your information. I'll add to group. Still anyone to submit? Please submit this one. I'll add to group. And you can ask me anything. Just you can ping in chat. You can ping me. Yes, in this WhatsApp number. On this, just ping me, or you can call. For calls also, I'm using same number. For calls also, I'm using same number. You can call it. Still, any doubts are there? Okay, any advice you need here? Yes, your career doubts. How to choose career in software field? So the doubts, any advice you want, you can ask me. I can help you 100% advice, or here how to enter in the software field. Okay, yeah, that kind of things. 100% I can help you. Just take this number. This is my number. 8179189123. This is my WhatsApp number. Take it. Just your name, course, time, and your Gmail ID required compulsory. Gmail ID. Yes, all the things will be sharing through the Gmail ID. Daily videos. Yesterday video I'll share. Yesterday video not necessary. Yesterday just only introduction discussed. Today actual topic started here. Today video I'll share in the group. I'll share in the group. In the WhatsApp group I'll share it. Today video. That link I'll share. Today video link I'll share it. Within 1 hour you can watch it. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all for today. Yes. So let us wind up session for today. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow also same link, right? So thank you guys. See you tomorrow.